Hello, my name is Brad Wood, and I'm in the Corporate and Business Transactions Practice Group here at Maynard Nexsen, with a particular focus on mergers and acquisitions and other strategic company transactions. The transactional work I do is greatly impacted by Delaware law. Therefore, we keep a close watch on any legal developments in Delaware. In 2022, the General Corporation Law of the state of Delaware was amended to allow Delaware corporations to limit the personal liability of certain officers for duty of care violations, which is also known as officer exculpation. Previously, Delaware law only allowed corporations to limit the personal liability of directors. However, in response to the increasing frequency in which officers are being targeted in stockholder litigation for duty of care violations, the Delaware legislature decided it was time to extend such protection to beyond just directors. A corporation deciding whether to propose an amendment to its certificate of incorporation to limit the personal liability of its officers for duty of care violations should consider a number of factors, which include the effectiveness of the current governance structure and the ability of the board of directors to adequately supervise the actions of the officers of the corporation, the perceived receptiveness of the stockholders of the corporation to an officer exculpation amendment, and the ability to effectively communicate the rationale for the officer exculpation amendment, the viewpoint of applicable proxy advisory services with respect to officer exculpation amendments. Thus far, ISS has stated it will review officer exculpation amendments on a case-by-case basis after initially having indicated it would hold a favorable view, while Glass Lewis has generally held a negative view of officer exculpation amendments. It is also important to note that if a corporation does amend its certificate of incorporation to limit the personal liability of its officers for duty of care violations, officer exculpation amendments cannot be applied retroactively. If you would like to discuss this topic further, please do not hesitate to contact me or any of my Maynard Nexsen colleagues.